A Slurpee. The sugar-laced commodity found at 7-Eleven. To review is not to assess a thing's goodness. It is analysis to tyrannically categorize something in ordinance with the pursuit of life. The review's totality relegates it as an evil practice. However, I believe the intimacy of evil can provide us with the most insight. Today I will be evil. The Slurpee is illusionary yet sheer. Illusion comes in its fantasy made through vibrant packaging, the pursuit, and various mechanisms of social dissimulation. What is sheer is erythritol, its abundant sugar substitute. It would then be enticing to declare erythritol through virtue of neurology, the basin of the real Slurpee. However, it is much deeper than that. Why do people consume Slurpees despite its negative impacts? How does its fantasy seduce us? Humans are inspirational creatures. A remnant of primitive times, the necessity to continue the hunt every day created us creatures of means more than of ends. Our bodies and minds morphed themselves in ordinance with this principle. Thus, the importance of drive remains despite the survival problem's dissolution. The fantasy of a Slurpee hinges on the reanimation of the pursuit. You, the consumer, are the server of the Slurpee. You grab the cup, position it in the wake of your desired flavor. You hold down the knob, allowing the drink to assume your vessel of choice. The hunt migrates into the realm of the social with Bring Your Own Cup Day and Free Slurpee Day. These events are shared. You may pursue the Slurpee with equals, or post it to assure the false affirmation of your peers. The Slurpee symbolism is what encapsulates the fantasy. Flavors are weapons of illusion to keep the drink grounded. The vibrant packaging contains the prize, a manifestation of the hunt's end. A pursuit the Slurpee emulates. Vindictive once again of drive, this pursuit is one that seduces you. To suspend your own volition so that you can go by its rule. As it is this false narrative that when you subscribe, it vindicates the ecstatic core of erythritol. Erythritol is connected to higher trends of the ecstatic. As society developed, sensuality became more unchained, sensation has dominated, and inventions advanced to suit thrill. The more survival is ascertained, the more we crave the ecstatic. Today, we are relegated to a psychic realm in workplaces and social circles, where it is perception and its descendants that define us rather than our organic attributes. Through the ecstatic, the bodily rush we lost returns. We are reminded that there is something behind this psychological wasteland. The sheer quantity of erythritol relegates the Slurpee to the realm of the ecstatic. This realm serves as the ultimate escape. It is a force that outruns its laws, one of destruction and thus singularity. Consumption of Slurpee is not chained by the synthetic chemicals it consists of, nor is it bound to any process that brought you to its knees. It is a pure, neurological process that accelerates beyond perception, of which makes it a coping mechanism in the first place. Alas, I ask a question. If it was an erythritol slush dispenser, would anyone actually fall for it? Perhaps the ecstatic property of the Slurpee is what we track most, but is that actually what defines a Slurpee in the minds of the many? Is the ethos of the Slurpee, its mythology through the calculated symbols and events, made more real through the ramifications of the perception it made than the ecstatic property? Do we require a reorientation of the pursuit, the corpse of natural selection, to guide us towards purchase? Is the neurological explosion through erythritol the base of the Slurpee? Or is its entire fanatical force purely a withdrawal of achieved survival? Ultimately, the Slurpee is a mirror of natural selection's course. In other words, it is the new capitalistic example of the false idol. These new false idols, no longer an ideology or person, are calculated images for the masses. Interlaced with our psychology, they undermine our base faculties, dissimulate their fantasies into the fabric of the social. The Slurpee is beyond commodity. It has become indistinguishable from other objects in normative life for us. It has become a normal conduit of meaning. Perhaps this analysis was never meant for its own sake. We are hostages to ourselves, our own passive psychological function, the undoing of the species. This is the same for a Slurpee. It is indifferent to humanity. is just an object that fools us into our own demise.